Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ice Palace here at West Edmonton Mall. It's day 2 of the 27th annual Brick Invitational Super Novice Hockey Tournament, and this is game 2 of Tuesday morning, and it will feature another cross-border battle between the Saskatchewan Junior Pats and the Detroit Junior Redwings. The Redwings coming into this game after a heartbreaking 3-1 loss to the defending champion Toronto Bulldogs. So you have to know that this is going to be a tough team to beat after only suffering a 3-1 loss to a very, very tough team from Toronto. The Saskatchewan Junior Pats, I thought, were a little unfortunate in their loss to the BC Junior Canucks by a score of 4-1 in yesterday's opening game. So they'll be out to avenge that loss. Should be a good game. We'll have it for you in just a few minutes. And the first period is underway here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall between the Saskatchewan Junior Pats and the Detroit Junior Redwings. And what would a Detroit game be without someone throwing an octopus on the ice, right, folks? Even though it was not quite a real octopus, it's still there, and that's still tradition, and that's what hockey is all about in a lot of ways. So Detroit in the traditional Detroit Red Wings red and white uniforms, defending the zone to the left, and the Regina, Saskatchewan Junior Pats in the traditional Junior Pats red, white, and black uniforms. There's a goal from the side of the net, and the Pats will take an early 1-0 lead. Johnny on the spot to put that one away was number 14, Berkeley Catton. So Catton with 11:20 to go, or left rather, in the first period. 40 seconds in, and Saskatchewan leads by a score of 1-0. Berkeley Catton with the goal for Saskatchewan. Here's the shot from the top of the face-off circle. Goes behind the Saskatchewan net, and again, the Pats will start out. Centering pass out in front. McQueen can't get to it, and Detroit will start back. This is Moore. Moore with a shot. Goes off the stick of Sobry. He'll get it back, and Moore takes it around to the far side to the point. There's Backen with the Baker rather with the shot. There's a goal off a deflection in front. The shot from the point deflected off number 97, Michael Hillock, and Detroit quickly tie this one up. We could be in for a goal fest here with 10:41 left in the first period. This is Edwards for Detroit. Over to Jans. Jans knocked off the puck. And quickly, Catton comes back. He's knocked down at center ice. We're going to have our first penalty of the game. And it will be going to Detroit. Number 7, Dakota Rayom Mullen. Off for interference.
Junior Redwings goal scored by number 97, Michael Hillock. With the assist to number 9, Austin Baker. Time of goal, 10 minutes.
Austin Baker gets the assist on that goal from his point shot. And in the penalty box is Gunnar Hillman for Detroit, number 8. Off for interference as the puck is shoveled down into the Saskatchewan end of the rink. The Pats on the power play. There's a pass up ahead over the stick of Catton, and Buchkowski back to cover up for Saskatchewan. Buchkowski gets around one Detroit player, then is stopped at center ice. Puck is stolen away by Moore, and Moore gets a long shot away wide of the net. Trey Wilkie shoots it around to this side, and back will come Saskatchewan. This is McQueen. McQueen over center ice into the blue line. Tries to get it out in front. Now the puck is loose in front, just wide of the net on the shot. And back will come Detroit. Good end-to-end action here, even though Detroit is down a man. Sturridge tries to get it out in front. No one there to take it. And back will come Catton for Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan on the power play for the next 45 seconds. Sobry banks it off the boards. Storch tries to take over. Can't, and it's shot around the other side by Smith. Here comes Van Blaricom. Van Blaricom has Phipps with him. Phipps breaks to the front of the net. In the corner now is Zach Moore, or make that Carson Dick for Saskatchewan. Being helped out there by Tyler Phipps. Now Saskatchewan gets it loose, back to the point. Over on this side, Smith takes it. He lifts one right onto the goal stick of the Detroit netminder. Number 31, Landon Miller. Miller covers up, and we'll have a face-off in Detroit territory. At the other end of the rink, in goal for Saskatchewan, is number 32, Jaden Krause. Smith at the point for Saskatchewan. There's the rebound. McQueen fires it just wide of the far post. Now in behind the net, Saskatchewan pressing. McQueen in there forechecking for Saskatchewan. McQueen for the Pats. Now 4 of them all along the boards battling for that puck. Finally comes loose. Smith pinching in from the point. Winds up, takes a shot, bouncing puck, and nicely gloved by Landon Miller to force the faceoff. So with the game tied at 1, we'll have a faceoff in the Detroit end of the rink. Catton gets the draw back to Astley. He can't get his shot away, and it'll go into the corner. Back at the point, Buchkowski loses the puck. Here's a chance for number 26, Van Vliet. Van Vliet gets the shot right into the pads of Jaden Krause. And a face-off in Detroit territory. From the draw into the corner now, Jans for Detroit goes in after it. Picks up the loose puck, takes a shot wide of the net. Tristan Trevino on defense, keeps it in at the blue line over to Edwards. Now Jans chases after it. He can't get to it in time, and it comes out over the blue line. Detroit will have to clear the zone as Saskatchewan now starts out. Cross ice pass intercepted by Jans, and now Catton will pick it back up for Saskatchewan. Catton shoots it into the corner and then goes for a tumble, and he fell awkwardly into the boards. Still down on the ice, Berkeley Catton, the lone goal scorer for Saskatchewan in this hockey game. Not sure whether he's favoring his head or may have taken a bit of a bump to the forehead. So he skates off under his own power. Still holding his head, but hopefully it's not going to be anything serious. I'm not sure if they have any kind of protocol for that, but this is McQueen now. Stolen away by Hillock. He puts it into the corner. Wilkie goes after it for the Pats. Wilkie looking to center it. Instead takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Over on this side now. Still bouncing around in the Detroit zone, and finally out to center ice. Smith will take over for Saskatchewan. Buckberger now chasing in after it for the Pats. He gets it up on the far side to Luke Dahlen. Dahlen still with it. He has Smith with him. Smith can't get the shot away. Nice defensive play by the Detroit defender, Tristan Trevino. Still in Detroit territory. It's banked off the boards and shot down into the Saskatchewan end of the rink. Wichkowski after it for the Pats. Wichkowski tries to get it out, banks it off the boards to Phipps. It goes over his stick. And Moore now tries to take over. Does at center ice. Up to Van Blaricombe. Smith doing a nice job of stick handling. He gets it up to Moore, and it'll go into the Detroit end of the rink. Pass ahead at the blue line to Van Vliet. He can't control it, and Saskatchewan has it at center ice. This is Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe shovels it into the Detroit end. Goes in after it himself. Nice job of forechecking by number 28 for Saskatchewan, Matthew Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe still in there. He's been out there for quite a while. Got to be getting tired, but he's still going after the puck. Here's a shot from the point by Buchkowski. Goes wide. And finally, Van Blaricombe will head to the bench as Detroit tries to start out at center ice. This is Aiden Jans. Jans knocked down in the top of the faceoff circle, and Dahlen will take over for Saskatchewan and just get it out to center ice. Down into Detroit territory. This is Davenport over on this side to Storch. Davenport takes over again over the blue line into the corner, turns around. Moore calling for it at the blue line, can't get it there, and now it's loose in front, and back will come Saskatchewan. Knocked out of the air by McQueen, and it'll be called on the high stick, and we'll have a face-off. down in Detroit territory, or make that Saskatchewan territory. 3:35 to go in the first period. Looks like we've got ourselves quite a hockey game here between these two teams. Lots of good end-to-end action. Storch gets the draw. Puck comes loose out in front, and Buchberger will take over for Saskatchewan. Knocked back in behind the Saskatchewan net. Up to Moore along the boards. Wilkie takes over. Wilkie crashes through a couple of Detroit defenders, but coming up with it is Stafford. Stafford back to Moore. Moore from a wide angle. Shot, save, as Jaden Krause makes a couple of great saves. And now Detroit pressing as it goes over the stick of Trevino. And back down into Detroit territory. Smith intercepts that pass. And then falls heavily to the ice, but he's okay. Here's the centering pass to Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe is ridden off the puck, but Detroit being hemmed in on a nice job of forechecking by McQueen and Phipps. Here's Van Blaricombe again with a shot. Phipps into the corner, off the rebound, and he loses it in behind the net. The puck comes out along the boards. Storch gets it up ahead to Hillick. Hillick bounces it off the boards, but the Pats come up with it. This is Smith again. Smith cuts to the left, gets a shot away, and it is knocked off his stick again by Trevino. And a 2-on-2 break. Bruskovich with Hillick for Detroit. The centering pass. Smith takes care of that one. Now it comes loose in front. Krause unable to cover up, but Saskatchewan will start out over the blue line. Tristan Trevino with it. And will stay out there as Van Vliet carries it into the corner. Trevino back to cover up and finally will head to the bench. And here's a chance now for Dick against Rayon Mullen. Dick tries to cut to the middle and falls over the stick of Rayon Mullen. Dakota Rayon Mullen will be heading to the penalty box. 2 minutes for tripping with 1:15 to go in the first period. So Saskatchewan on the power play for the remainder of this period. We have a minute left, and there's a shot from the point. Goes off Trevino. He's back out there again. Trevino fires it ahead, kept in by Buchkowski. Dick going in and after it in the corner for Saskatchewan. Banked off the boards, and again, Buchkowski will keep it in on a nice defensive play. Holding steady at the blue line. 35 seconds to go in this first period. Now coming out from behind the net is McQueen for Saskatchewan. He'll lose it. And 20 seconds to go as Detroit finally get it out over the blue line and shot down into Saskatchewan territory. Buchkowski with it for Saskatchewan, stolen away by Hillick. Hillick, the lone goal scorer for Detroit, and he tries a wraparound, nicely saved by Krause, and back comes Saskatchewan, and that will be it for the end of the first period of play. A good period of hockey. Saskatchewan won, Detroit won. Second period coming up. Second period underway here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall. Dave Rozak along with Rob Zitlau from ICU Video bringing you the play-by-play of this game between the Saskatchewan Junior Pats and the Detroit Junior Red Wings. The Pats on the power play for the next 25 seconds or so. All tied at 1. As Detroit fires it down into Saskatchewan territory. Smith is forced to go back after it. He's being watched carefully there by the Detroit forward, Tyler Stafford, and Stafford goes all the way back into his own zone to pick up that puck. Comes loose in front. Smith keeps it in, banks it off the boards and into the corner. Detroit successfully killing off that penalty. Smith now at the point, winds up, and sacrificing the body was Hillock, coming across to take that shot right on the shin pads on a nice defensive move. You got to be impressed with that. McQueen loses it at center ice for Saskatchewan. Now gets it back and shoots it down into the corner. Off a Saskatchewan skate along the boards. This is Catton with it. Catton to Buchkowski. Buchkowski's shot goes off a leg, and Detroit will, or rather Saskatchewan, will have to clear the zone. Pass up ahead to Catton, battling along the boards. He comes up with it, has Dolan with him. Dolan out in front, has the puck taken off his stick, and it'll go into the corner. Catton along with Dolan and Wilkie for Saskatchewan. Dolan comes up with it, centering pass to Wilkie off his skate from the point. The blast goes high and wide, and now in behind the Detroit net. From the corner, this is Catton out in front. Astley fans on the shot. Catton back in after it. Has Dolan with him. Dolan now in behind the net. 4 of them battling for the puck behind the Detroit net. Now the Red Wings will start out. They are led by Brustovich. Henry Brustovich has Van Vliet with him, and Storch. Van Vliet takes the pass, and it is shot back down into Junior Red Wings territory. 9 minutes to go in the second period, all tied at 1. Back after the puck is Walters for Saskatchewan. Walters out there for the first time in the hockey game. Loses the puck. Jans shoots, scores! Aiden Jans stealing that puck on the errant pass at the top of the face-off circle. Walks in all alone and beats goaltender Jaden Krause. So Aiden Jans puts Detroit ahead by a score of 2-1 for the first time in the hockey game, as they come back from a 1-0 deficit and now lead 2-1 with 8:30 to go in the second period. Here's a chance now for Saskatchewan from the face-off circle. A great shot and an equally great save made there by number 31, Landon Miller, as McQueen came in on top of him with a big shot and a big save.
Scored by number 12, Aiden Jans, with the assist to number 91, Jack Edwards, number 8, Gunnar Helgen. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 42 seconds.
From the draw, the long shot just wide of the net. Puck goes over to the other side. Detroit now trying to start out. This is Mason Blow. He is stopped at the face-off circle. And now Saskatchewan taking over. The shot and rebound. Another shot by Van Blaricombe. He just fires it right through the crease. And now from the point, Saskatchewan pressing. Over on the far side Tyrone Sobry. Sobry shot, rebound. Just missed the far post rather. And Sobry will keep it in along the boards. He fires it into the middle to Catton. Catton goes to the ice now. Van Blaricombe for Saskatchewan. He loses it. And Detroit will start out. This is Hillock. Hillock looking for his second of the game. No one there to take the pass. And it will go to the far side. Now Tristan Trevino. Backhanded to the blue line, and McQueen will take over for Saskatchewan. Up to Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe chases it into the corner. Fired over to the other side where Wilkie is there to take it. Van Blaricombe back into the corner after it. Watched by Trevino. Trevino shoots it around to the boards on the far side. Kept in at the point. Buckberger tries to get it ahead. It'll slide into the corner. There were McQueen after it now. McQueen has Wilkie with him. Wilkie takes it in behind the net. And Van Vliet covering for Detroit. He loses it. McQueen takes over. Scrambly action in the Detroit end of the rink. But finally the Red Wings will start out. At the top of the face-off circle, the puck is knocked off the Detroit forward, and back will come Saskatchewan. Here's a chance for Catton. Catton in all alone, shoots, top shelf, scores! Berkeley Catton with his second goal of the game. And they tie it at 2. .547 to go in the second period. A 2-2 tie, Detroit and Saskatchewan. In a high-speed, exciting hockey game here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall. As the Detroit Junior Red Wings now try and start out. Hillock fires it into the Saskatchewan into the rink. Going in after it for the Junior Pats is Terrence Smith at the side of the net. Puck still sliding around loose in front. Back at the point, Baker takes a shot. Goes off the leg of Van Blaricombe. And now shot down into the Detroit end, and we will have an icing call with 4:59 to go in the second period. Mason Blow out there on defense now for Detroit, along with his partner, number 77, Jason Davenport. Davenport, along with Stafford, 3 of them along the boards, and finally Stafford comes up with it, but he can't control it, and it'll bounce around the blue line area, and finally Saskatchewan will come out with it. Saskatchewan coming in over the blue line. This is Catton. Catton shoots, goes for the far post, and then is taken down in the goal crease. And Detroit will come right back in behind the Saskatchewan net. In there for checking is number 88, Tyler Stafford for Detroit. And it'll come out to the blue line and out. This is Moore now coming back for Saskatchewan. It's called on the offside, and we'll have a face-off with 3:49 to go in this second period. In Detroit territory now, the Red Wings trying to start out. Gunnar Hillman out there. He gets the puck along the boards. And now Trevino. Trevino fires it ahead, goes off a Detroit player and bounces in over the Saskatchewan blue line and slides all the way down to Jaden Cross's doorstep, where he'll wisely cover up with another face-off in Saskatchewan territory. Here's a chance for Brustovich. He fans on the shot. It'll come back to the blue line and over the stick of Davenport. Jason Davenport, his pass intercepted by Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe lifts one wide of the net, slides into the corner, taken there by Hillock for Detroit. Hillock tries to kick it ahead. And now Catton steals it. Catton at the side of the net, shovels it out in front. Puck comes loose, it's still loose, and finally underneath the goaltending paraphernalia of number 31, Landon Miller, and we'll have a face-off in Detroit territory. Face off to the right of Miller. The draw goes to the Red Wings, and they shoot it out to the center ice zone. Lifted into Saskatchewan territory. They'll have to clear the zone. They do. And the headman pass to Stafford at the Saskatchewan blue line. Well covered by the Pats defense. And it'll come right back into Detroit territory. There's a shot that goes high and wide over the glass, and we'll have another face-off in Detroit territory. So they'll take it out over the blue line, and from the draw, Phipps controls for Saskatchewan, and it rolls down into their zone. The Pats, led by McQueen, the big forward out there for the Saskatchewan Junior Pats, has done a great job in this tournament so far. Up to Moore now. Moore taken down into the boards from behind. No call, but the Detroit player is injured as he fell awkwardly to the ice. Looks to be number 52, Blake Barnes. And the trainer will come out to take a look at him as he lies along the boards. So Blake Barnes heads to the bench favoring that left leg of his, and the play is underway in the Detroit end of the rink. This is Davenport for the Red Wings. Davenport takes it up along the boards, passes it up ahead to number 19, Peter Moore. He gets it ahead, and Saskatchewan will take over. Van Blaricombe coming back. Van Blaricombe with the blast. That goes wide of the net. At center ice, coming back with it is McQueen. He has Van Blaricombe with him. McQueen loses it. Shot into the corner where Catton takes over. Catton at the side of the net. Shoots it around on this side. Sobry keeps it in. Sobry at the point. Gets a weak shot away, goes off a Detroit player. And out over the blue line down into Saskatchewan territory. Buchkowski being watched by Brustovich. Stays in at the blue line as Sobry is forced back for Saskatchewan. He gets it up to Phipps along the boards. Phipps passes it to himself and then ahead to number 4, Carson Dick. He shoots it in, and back will come Detroit. Jans with it. Jans, Aiden Jans with one of the 2 Detroit goals. In behind the Saskatchewan net, loose in front, they bang away at it. Still loose. Here's a chance and a shot from the slide taken by Michael Hillock, and it goes just wide of the net. Now out in front again and over the stick of Carson Dick, and out of play for a face-off in Saskatchewan territory, with Detroit coming oh so close in the dying seconds of this second period. Storch gets the draw for Detroit. Now bouncing around in the face-off circle. Buchberger goes into the corner for it. There's a shot wide of the net and taken there by Saskatchewan. And that will pretty much wrap up this second period. All tied at 2 between the Saskatchewan Junior Pats and the Detroit Junior Red Wings. We'll take a break and we'll have the third period for you in just a few minutes. Third period underway here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall, with the score tied at 2-2 between the Detroit Junior Red Wings and the Saskatchewan Junior Pats. At center ice, this is Aiden Jans. Jans with one of the 2 Detroit goals tries the backhand shot, comes loose out in front, bounces around, and Van Blaricombe will take over for Saskatchewan. To Catton. Catton in over the blue line, cuts to the middle, shoots, scores! Berkeley Catton with the hat-trick goal puts Saskatchewan ahead by a score of 3-2. And Blaricombe will likely get the assist on that one, as Saskatchewan controls in their own zone. This is Buchberger. His pass goes astray, and Dahlen will cover up along the boards. Comes out to center ice. Here comes McQueen with it. McQueen, the big right winger, shoots. Bouncing puck, covered up, save, and a whistle goes to force a face-off in the Detroit end of the rink.
Junior Pats goal. His third of the game. Scored by number 14, Berkeley Catton.
So Berkeley Catton, with the hat trick, has put his team ahead here early in the third period. Loose in front again. There's a shot. Bouncing puck along in front. And Miller is able to cover up and get it in behind the net, but the puck is still loose in Detroit territory. They try to get it out to the blue line. Buchkowski pinching in from the point. Van Blaricombe grabs hold of it. There's a shot from the high slot. Miller forced to make the save. It comes back to the point again. There's another shot off a Detroit player. And Saskatchewan putting the pressure on now as Stafford starts out for the Detroit Junior Red Wings. Stafford with it. Takes a long shot from the top of the face-off circle, and Jaden Krause is forced to cover up, and we'll have another face-off, this time down in Saskatchewan territory, with the Junior Pats leading the Junior Red Wings by a score of 3-2. From the draw, Hillman gets it over to Moore, and now in behind the Saskatchewan net. Sobry up ahead to Moore. Moore. Cross ice pass taken by McQueen. 4-on-2. McQueen loses it. Bouncing around loose, and Detroit coming back out. Fired off of Phipps. Moore controls and then loses it to McQueen. To Jans. Jans for Detroit. Jans with a shot wide of the net. Loose in front. Almost a golden opportunity there for Jans, taking the pass across the goal mouth, but couldn't quite connect with it. He had a wide open net to shoot at. And Sobry will start back out for Saskatchewan. Sobry lifts it up to Moore. Across ice to Phipps. Phipps takes it below our booth here and skates in over the blue line. Phipps still after it at the side of the net. Goes for a tumble. Puck comes loose out front. There's a shot and a save by Miller. Point blank range. Off the stick of number 28, Matthew Van Blaricombe. And Miller coming up big on that one. Came out to cut down the angle. And the face-off in Detroit territory. Off the draw now. It's Barnes back out there after suffering that leg injury in the second period. Still in Detroit territory. They bang at it along the boards. And Blaricombe in there. Centered out in front. Buckberger with the shot. Just wide of the net. Catton picks up the rebound. Catton looking around. Finds someone in front. There's a shot and a great save by Miller once again. And again from almost point blank range, Carson Dick firing it into the chest pad of Landon Miller. And we'll have another face-off, this time in Detroit territory to the left of Miller. Off the draw, it comes back to the point. Kept in at the blue line. Smith backhands it into the corner. Around on this side now, pinching in is Buchkowski. He'll lose it, and back will come Hillock. Hillock, with one of the two Detroit goals in this game, loses it to Wilkie. Wilkie back checking, does a nice job on that, and Detroit to make that Saskatchewan will start out. Offside at the blue line, so we'll have a face-off just outside Detroit territory with 10:53 to go, and Saskatchewan leading by a score of 3-2. From the face-off, Catton loses it in Detroit territory. Rayon Mullen battling for it for the Red Wings. He'll get it over to this side. And back will come the Red Wings, trailing by one. Stafford with Hillock in over the blue line. Kept in by Davenport. Rustovich ahead to Stafford. He loses it, and Van Blaricombe will go in after it. Up to Catton. Saskatchewan starting out. Catton has Carson Dick with him. Catton cuts to the middle, takes a shot just wide of the far post. And that's a favorite move of Berkeley Catton. He's already scored one goal like that in this hockey game, cutting across the middle and firing to the far post. In behind the Detroit net. Rustovich with it. And we're going to have a penalty. Looks like holding will be the call. And it will be against Detroit. Going to the penalty box is number 97, Michael Hillock. Timeout has been called.
Saskatchewan Junior Max called a timeout. Detroit penalty number 97, Michael Hillock. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 58 seconds.
So Saskatchewan calls a timeout with 9:58 to go in the third period. They've got everything straightened away, leading by a score of 3-2 with the puck in Detroit territory. Along the boards, Hillman loses it. It comes out to the point. There's a blast by Buckberger. It'll go into the corner. McQueen for Saskatchewan. He'll lose it. Smith trying to keep it in at the point to Van Blaricombe. Van Blaricombe lifts one in and stopped by Landon Miller. With 1:28 to go in the power play. Saskatchewan still leading by a score of 3-2. This is Barnes with it for Detroit. Tries to get it over to Davenport on the other side. He's ridden off the puck. Now it comes loose in front. Van Blaricombe with a blast. And another shot from the top of the face-off circle by Smith. That one goes wide. Van Blaricombe with a golden opportunity but couldn't put it away. Nice save by Miller. Now it comes out in front again. Van Blaricombe taken to the ice. He gets the shot away. That was Catton that was actually taken to the ice, and Van Blaricombe got the rebound. Got a good shot, but just wide. Now he is tripped at center ice, no call. And back will come McQueen. McQueen in there along the boards for Saskatchewan. He has Catton with him. McQueen gets it out in front, slides across the goal mouth, and it's still loose at the side of the Detroit net. There's a shot from Catton. Blocked by Miller. Catton gets the rebound, fires one high, and it'll come out to the center ice zone. This Berkeley Catton is just all over the place for Saskatchewan in this game. Here's Buckberger. Buckberger tries the backhand. He is stopped at the side of the net. Wilkie loses it for Saskatchewan, and it's shot down into the Detroit end of the rink as they ease the pressure with 4 seconds to go in the power play for Saskatchewan. Both teams now at full strength. The Junior Pats starting out again. This is Wilkie. Wilkie into the corner. Dahlen chases in after it. Looking for someone out in front. Goes off a skate. And here's a chance for Detroit. On the far side, Van Vliet couldn't catch up to it. And Mason Blow will shoot it in behind the net for Detroit. Here comes Baker for Detroit. He gets the shot. They score! As it appeared to go off the arm of the Saskatchewan defender, Sobry. And I believe that one will go to number 9, Austin Baker. We'll wait for the official on that one. And we are tied at 3 with 7:08 to go in the third period. Smith for Saskatchewan tries to get it back to the point. Phipps will keep it in there. Over to Buckberger. Buckberger rather shovels it into the corner to Moore, and his shot goes off the leg right onto the doorstep of Miller. A little pushing and shoving going on afterwards, but Landon Miller will cover up, and the faceoff will come to his left with 6:43 to go. Catton out there to take the draw against Hillman. Catton gets it back to Buchberger at the point. Here's the shot from Catton, looking for his 4th goal of the game. And he's had all kinds of opportunities. And Landon Miller has come up big a couple of times for Detroit, and back come the Red Wings. Van Vliet loses it, now turns around, gets it back, shoots, and a save by Kraus. Storch for Detroit in his own zone, loses the puck. Carson Dick takes over, tries to get it up ahead to Catton, goes behind him and into the corner. Smith again keeping it in at the point. Bouncing along the boards. Smith at the blue line, backhands one high over top of the net. Bounces off the boards to the back. Carson Dick with it now for Saskatchewan. Dick battling with Davenport. Davenport goes to the ice. Up to Catton. Catton still with it. Gets it back to Van Vliet. Along the boards, at the point, Smith slides one into the middle. Here's a chance for Catton, taken down, had the wide open net to the side, and it just went off the pad of Landon Miller. Icing is the call with 4:58 to go in the 3rd period, all tied at 3. From the draw back to the point, Buchkowski winds up, and a glove save by Miller. Buchkowski now off the draw. He takes another shot from the point. Into the corner now, Detroit starting out. Headman pass to Stafford. Stafford gets around the defender. Into the corner. Centers it. It comes to this side. Barnes at the point. Puts that one into the middle, and no one there to take it. Goes off a skate and out over the blue line. Buchkowski. Buchkowski fakes the shot. Takes one wide of the far post, and Dahlen back there to cover up. He gets it back to the blue line, and it goes over the stick of the defender and back down into Saskatchewan territory. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Tied at 3, Detroit and Saskatchewan, in what has turned out to be quite a hockey game here. Lots of speed, end-to-end action, some good goaltending at both ends of the rink. And a big game for both these teams. Here's a chance for Carson Dick. Carson Dick in, and sliding across the goal mouth to make the save is Landon Miller. From the draw, back to the point, Smith will take a shot. It bounces to Miller, and Miller will cover up once again. From the draw, it comes into the corner along the boards, out over the blue line, and Smith will wind up and try and fire it back in. Goes in off Moore, and back will come Detroit. 3-on-2. There's a long shot, high and wide. Storch keeps it in. And now Dick will start out. Dick by himself as Saskatchewan changing on the fly. Carson Dick taken down in the face-off circle. He'll lose it, and Detroit has a chance to come back out. They do. Storch, 2-on-1. This is Storch, has Moore with him. Cross-ice pass behind the Detroit player, Van Vliet. And back will come Smith. Smith bounces a shot wide of the net. Loose at the side, Miller down on it. He'll cover up and force another face-off with 2:39 to go. Might be a good time to remind you that if we go to overtime, the first period will be 3-on-3, the second 2-on-2, and if they're still tied, it'll be a 3-player shootout until a winner is declared. And both the overtime periods will be two-minute overtime periods. We may not have it. Here's a breakaway and a chance for Detroit. There's a shot wide of the near post. As number 12, Aiden Jans, broke in for Detroit. Now Jans back along the boards to Hillman. Bouncing in the face-off circle. Center out in front and knocked away. Davenport keeps it in at the blue line. Hillock for Detroit, centers it. Still bouncing around in front of the Pats net. And finally, McQueen will come up with it. He gets it ahead to Catton. Catton, 1-on-1. Catton taken down into the corner. And we're going to have a penalty to Detroit. Mason Blow going off for 2 minutes with 1:45 to go in the third period. And Saskatchewan on the power play. So an ill-timed penalty for Detroit with the game tied at 3 and 1:45 to go. Face-off in Detroit territory. From the draw, the puck comes to the boards. Back to Smith at the point. Smith fakes the shot, shovels it into the corner. In after it is Wilkie with Van Blaricombe. Has Dick with him. Now Van Blaricombe into the corner. Loses it. Detroit looking to shoot it down the ice. They do. And that'll kill off a few seconds as Storch goes in for checking against Buckberger. Buckberger comes up with it. Skates around in behind the Saskatchewan net. And now the junior Pats will start out. Off the boards, Catton picks it up. Catton has McQueen with him. McQueen goes to the middle. Here's a shot from the top of the high point. It goes wide of the net. And the puck will bounce over the boards and into the Detroit bench, forcing a face-off with 51 seconds to go in the third period. All right, this is Catton now for Saskatchewan on the power play. It's called on the offside. Hillock will pick up the draw for Detroit. Short-handed over the blue line. Saskatchewan on the power play, and it will be covered up by Kraus. Not sure that was an entirely wise move, but Saskatchewan with a face-off in their own zone, tied at 3 on the power play with 29 seconds left. Up ahead to Catton. Catton, with all 3 Saskatchewan goals, centers it out in front, and back will come Hillock. 15 seconds left in the third period. Hillock skates into the corner. And with 4 seconds to go, Van Blaricombe with the shot from McQueen off a leg, and that will be it. The end of the third period. And folks, we're going to OT. Stay with us.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We have overtime coming up. Because Detroit is still fighting the penalty off, we will play 4-on-3 until the first stoppage of play after the penalty is over, and then we will revert back to the 3-on-3 format. If a winner is not decided after the first overtime period, we will move on to a 2-minute 2-on-2 overtime period. If a winner is still not decided, we will move on to a 3-man shootout. And if a winner is still not decided, we will continue until one is decided.
All right, first overtime period. Buckberger tries to keep it in at the point. Does. Lifts one in and then gets it back along the boards. All right, because of that late penalty, of course, there was a 4-on-3 there for just briefly a few seconds. And now it's 3-on-3 overtime hockey for the next minute and 30 seconds or so. And if they remain scoreless, they'll do another 2-minute overtime period, 2-on-2. And if it's still scoreless, we'll go to a shootout. Van Blaricombe with the shot. Miller with the save. From the draw, kept in at the point by Buckberger. Over to McQueen. McQueen in the corner. He'll lose it. Dick forechecking for Saskatchewan, along with McQueen. McQueen takes his man down to the ice and finally comes up with the puck. The big guy, using his size, centers it. Back to Buckberger at the point. Buckberger with a shot off the leg of Van Vliet. McQueen back with it now. McQueen still with it. McQueen centering it out in front. Wide open net for Dick, and he couldn't put it away. Still loose in front of the Detroit net. And finally, the Red Wings will start out. Over center ice, this is Storch. Storch loses it, gets it back, and Van Vliet is called on the offside. And we'll have a face-off outside Saskatchewan territory with 28.3 seconds to go in the first overtime period. Off the draw, it's kicked to the boards and picked up there by Smith. Smith to Catton. Catton shoots wide of the net. Catton with it again. He has Buchkowski. Catton goes after it himself. Catton passing it across to the point. Buchkowski rather gets the shot. And that will be the end of the first overtime period. We'll take a little bit of a break and come back with 2-on-2 hockey. All right, from the draw, Catton will control for Saskatchewan. Catton, 2-on-2, second overtime period. Catton controls, as he has for most of this game. Now gets it up ahead to Buchberger. Buchberger takes it into the corner. Catton will go in after it. Both of them up high. And now Catton back to Buchberger. Buchberger takes the shot, slides it along the ice, blocked by Miller, and it'll go over the boards for a face-off in Detroit territory. It's got to be a completely new experience for these players, going 2-on-2. Usually one forward and one defenseman, and it looks like Detroit has called a timeout.
Detroit has called a timeout.
All right, out there for Saskatchewan, Catton and Smith once again. And for Detroit, number 97, Michael Hillick, along with Davenport. Davenport takes it out for Detroit. Banks it off the boards to Hillick. Hillick with one of the 3 Detroit goals will make that Van Vliet. Van Vliet to Davenport. Davenport to Van Vliet. Van Vliet shoots wide of the net on the backhand. Now it's loose in front. And picking it up and covering it up will be number 32, Jaden Krause. And we'll have a face-off in Saskatchewan territory. Second overtime period, 1:02 to go, all tied at 3. Hillick to take the draw. Van Vliet is out there for Detroit. It's shoveled out into the center ice zone. Here's a race for it. Van Vliet will go after it first. Being watched there by Buchberger. Buchberger steals it. Now takes it into the corner. He has McQueen with him. Buchberger going after it. Fighting for it. McQueen out to help out. In front, there's the shot. Saved by Miller and a loose puck. McQueen still with it. McQueen circles, shoots. Off a leg. Bounces around in front. And McQueen will take it into the corner. McQueen all by himself. Now has Catton with him. McQueen to Catton. Had the wide open net. Couldn't get to it in time. Catton with it. 3 goals in this game so far. There's the shot, saved by Miller. It doesn't get any more exciting than this, folks. Witkowski to take the draw for Saskatchewan. Shovels it into the corner. 4 seconds to go. Catton steals it. Catton has a man open in front. Across, shoots. No! Into the goal just after the buzzer went. And folks, we're going to a shootout. And here we go. The first shooter for Saskatchewan. Number 14, Berkeley Catton. The hat trick man. Shoots, saved by Miller. Now out there for Detroit. Storch, number 21, Liam Storch. Goes for the deep backhand wide of the net. Next up for Saskatchewan, number 17, the big guy, Roger McQueen. Roger McQueen takes it at center ice. Takes his time. Will he wind up? Will he deke? He shoots, and a save going for the low glove side. And getting that big pad out in front is Landon Miller. Now for Detroit. Number 12, Aiden Jans with one of the 3 Detroit goals. Jans makes the move, scores!
Detroit goals, scorer number 12, Aiden Jans.
And now the pressure is on Terrence Smith. He must score to keep this shootout going. And he will not, as he tries to deke Landon Miller. And Miller makes the save for Detroit. And Detroit will go away with the overtime victory. It'll go down as 4-3 in the shootout.
Your third star from the Junior Redwings, number 31, Landon Miller. Your second star from the Junior Redwings, number 12, Aiden Jans. And your first star, with 3 goals this game, number 14, Berkeley Catton.